you very much, Dr. Mitchell, and thank you everyone for coming today. This is just a wonderful program. We're pleased to be part of it. It couldn't have happened if it hadn't been for quite a number of leaders at CSUB. And I actually have to have a list here because there's so many that have been involved. But obviously Dr. Mitchell, Drs. Julio Blanco, Craig Kelsley, Andreas Gabala, Dr. Ron Hughes, I saw him here, and Dr. Tom Meyer, who I've just been enamored by the experiment he's done on acoustics, and have followed it now for a couple of years, and I don't fully understand it, but I'm confused on a much higher level. So, and I just find it very fascinating just to see how that's continuing into further research. They found some things the first year, and they've been following up on that every year, and I think that's just a wonderful example of this program. We think of Chevron as an oil company. We actually think of ourselves as a technology company that happens to produce oil. If you've ever made it out and seen some of the computer programs and the simulations we do and the technology we use, you might be amazed. Our oil field folks, people working out in the field, they're more likely to grab a computer than a pipe wrench when they show up to work. It's much more technologically sophisticated than you imagine. We have millions of data points that we collect every day in our oil fields from one oil field every day. And we use that to analyze it and produce it. So we have all sorts of things like that. So math, science, technology are very important to us. And having the whole pipeline of people that are interested in it, not just to do math, but because it's interesting. Saw a couple things this summer that happened. This summer was the 40th anniversary of man walking on the moon. And, well, I guess I have to confess here, I actually saw it on TV. I actually was there trying to measure the exact instant that Neil Armstrong's foot hit the sand. And I still have the chill going down my spine every time I see that. But your cell phone has significantly more computing capability than the computer they had on the lunar module when they landed. Matter of fact, it was a computer. That was a really neat thing because no one had them because it took a room to fit one in. And I know that may be something that's a little different today, but we were amazed. But think of this. That was 40 years ago, where a computer normally was in the size of the room, and they could barely get the lunar module there with the only computing power they have. Think how far that's gone in 40 years. So 40 years from now, imagine the breakthroughs and the things that you can do in science and math and technology. There's many opportunities out there, and I hope, and this is the first step. You can do this, and over 40 years, you will look back and say, gosh, I can't believe we had just this cell phone. We didn't have, nuclear-powered cell phones or something. But the capabilities are tremendous, and it's kind of encouraging from my standpoint to see, hey, 40 years from now, imagine what will be done in that, and you can be part of that. The other thing I thought of, as students, you had choices this summer. You could have gone skateboarding. And if you've seen any of the X Games coverage, that would have meant hospital visits. And you could have Twittered all summer. You chose to come here and learn. There are many things to do. You could have done nothing. You could have watched TV. Lots of things. You chose to come here and learn. And from the smiles, it looks like you had a lot of fun doing it. So I would simply like to say we're very pleased for our partnership with CSUB, not only for this program, for the other programs we sponsored over the years, and look forward to continuing that partnership and wish each and every one of you the best in your future careers. Thank you very much.
That participated this year. The first one is in chemistry, and